Gamers and content creators around the world are finally coming to the realization that Diablo 4 is an unfixable and expensive mess. And the timing couldn't be better for Last Epoch to capitalize on this. There is no denying that Diablo 4 put a lot of eyes on the ARPG genre, and then they made those eyes look elsewhere after flopping pretty much every aspect of their game. Likely, millions of new players have got a taste of the loot grind and hunger for more, but Diablo could not quench their thirst. And hopefully, instead of shelling out another $70 to $100 for another Diablo expansion this year, or a $65 horse, they'll move on and try one of the many other great ARPGs that we are blessed with, Last Epoch in particular. It's no secret that I think Last Epoch is superior to Diablo 4, and it really wouldn't take much to make that claim, but these days, gamers judge every book by its cover. If servers lag for like an hour at launch because the game blew up in popularity, then guess what? The game is trash, and they are going to leave a negative review and get a refund. Most players fail to even play the game as intended or take the time to formulate their own opinion. Just the other day, I was watching Shroud, and he was starting to play Helldivers 2. The guy wasn't even out of the tutorial, and you could see so many negative comments about how the game looks like trash, the animations are garbage, it looks like a PS3 game, blah blah blah. He's 5 minutes into the game, and they've already made up their mind. Now, thankfully, Shroud isn't a moron and actually plays the games, and he started having a blast, and suddenly everyone was hyped out of their damn minds. Like it or not, streamers and content creators have power and influence. There's a reason they're paid to play and advertise games. They can lead to hype and sales and momentum, and many recent game releases can attest to that. When it comes to Last Epoch, it appears to have a considerable lineup of creators ready to go. Some big names like Asmongold, Crip, Quinn69, Azarian, DM, and many others have already confirmed their hype and desire to play at launch. And because so many eyes will be tuned to their game on February 21st, 11th Hour Games need to nail this launch. The first 48 hours seems to be the difference between 100,000 more copies sold or 500,000 more sold. We need smooth servers, no early bugs. We need to let the game breathe and let people see their favorite ARPG content creator discover just how much better the mechanics of Last Epoch are. People will likely bitch about the look of Epoch, but once they experience the diversity and the depth the game has to offer, they will hopefully start seeing things differently. If the creator gets hooked, the audience mostly follows. Having disconnects or progression-breaking bugs or any other kind of weird stuff early on in the game puts a bad taste in viewers' mouths, and it can spiral downwards pretty quickly. If people stick it out and get to the good stuff, they'll be rewarded with a value purchase they will not regret. Now, to keep your expectations in check, let me be very, very clear. Last Epoch isn't perfect. It isn't a $200 million game, so sadly many gamers will simply look at the graphics and decide, it has less polygons, so it must be shit, and they'll refund it or not even buy it. It does need some polish in some areas, more endgame activities, the usual kind of stuff, but what we already have is fantastic value that will keep you busy making and testing all kinds of builds for hundreds of hours. If you actually like ARPGs for what ARPGs are all about, you'll love Last Epoch. I'm honestly hoping for success and a great launch for this studio because the people there seem to be really chill and down to earth, and they've worked hard for years to get to this moment. If you don't like the game, that's fine, that's okay, just don't freak out about it. You don't need to go leave a negative review instantly when you played the game for 45 minutes. This company is not just, a greedy corporate company trying to manipulate you out of your dollars. They spent a long time making a great product, and it's being listed for a great price. I'll be there on day one, and I expect to be putting an awful lot of time into Last Epoch. And to wrap it up, Diablo's failures will hopefully lead to more success for Epoch. They just need to do their part to make sure the early days are smooth ones. 11th Hour Games, the floor is yours. It's your time to impress the gaming world and make some well-earned money. So what do you guys think? Will Last Epoch be a success or a flop? Can they capitalize on the failures of others? We'll find out in less than a week. Thanks for watching, everyone. Take care.